So how are NFTs going to shake up the music industry? And how can NFTs totally disrupt the music industry, changing the power from record labels to the hands of the artists? Let's talk about the NFTs for the music industry. A lot of people have been reaching out to me asking about NFTs specifically for the music industry. I've been talking mainly about NFTs for digital art, and the NFTs for the music industry are pretty much similar. And we start to see quite a lot of news about artists that are tokenizing their music, their samples, or their art in videos into NFTs. So let's talk about how does it work. You can see here that Blau sells a music record for a record-breaking $3.6 million in NFTs. He sold a limited edition of his album, and Illmind also selling samples as NFTs, and you can really change the way the market works with the NFTs. And also the artist Linkin Park rapper Mike Shinoda also selling music with an artwork together for apparently $6,600 US. Okay, let's talk about NFTs for the music industry. And I want to take a step back and talk about what value do NFTs have. And I want to take this step back because a lot of people question, why are NFTs being sold for millions and millions of dollars? Are they worth it? And what I have to say regarding that is that an NFT, only because it's an NFT, doesn't have any value. NFT is just a record. NFT is like a record of ownership, as a certificate of authenticity. So the NFT itself doesn't have any value. What has value is the art and the artist behind the NFT. If I make, if I produce a song, or I make some kind of artwork, because I have zero reputation in the space and I only sing in the shower, it's not going to be selling for anything. It doesn't have any value. But if a recognized artist, like in digital art, Beeple, sell an NFT with his digital art, he can sell his digital art for millions of dollars. Because these NFTs, what they do is to put a stamp, a certificate of authenticity and ownership in that digital art or music. So that's why Beeple sold his digital art in a recent auction, auctioned by Christie's, for $69 million US, and many other recognized artists are doing this. So an NFT, it has a value according to the artist, to the reputation of the artist, and to the artwork itself, not because it's an NFT. But that's just my humble opinion. And NFT, what it does is to put a stamp of like limited edition or certificate of ownership of that asset. Okay, and let's go back to the music industry. Okay, I think one of the best ways to understand the value of NFTs is to go back to vinyl records. A vinyl record is a collectible, right? And there are vinyl records being sold for very expensive values because they are limited editions, right? I can go and here on this website you have the 10 most expensive vinyl records. Wu-Tang Clan, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, sold for $2 million US, or this the Beatles' White Album sold for $790,000 US. And well, I can go to Spotify or Apple Music or one of those platforms and listening to these musics. Anyone can listen to this music. But however, only one person owns this vinyl record that was a limited edition. And it's just the same way with art. I can, if I'm a digital artist like Beeple, I can produce a digital art on my computer and people can copy paste it a million times, but now I can tokenize it with an NFT, improve the ownership of this original. And same with music, right? You can tokenize a music, you can create collectibles out of music, and can make an album with a limited edition of 10,000 or 100 or whatever. And collectors, people that are fans of your music, people that follow your music or your art, they can buy these NFTs and prove the ownership of that album or that sample or that music or that song or whatever. And this music can eventually be replicated on Spotify or YouTube, but there is a component of being able to collect these NFTs and prove the ownership of the NFTs. Okay, so if we go, for example, back to this news on EDM.com, Blau sells record-breaking 3.6 million NFTs in first ever tokenized album sale. And as you can see here, what they say is NFTs are unique digital collectibles that are truly one of a kind, unable to replicate. So you cannot replicate the NFT. Of course, you can replicate the music, but the same way I can go to Google and search for Mona Lisa paintings, and I can download eventually very good quality photos of Mona Lisa, and I can print them and put it on my wall. But the original is in a museum, and the original is it's only one, right? And you see here also a Grammy-winning producer Illmind auctions rights to new samples as NFTs. So Illmind minted these NFTs with a royalty-free guarantee that gives the NFT owner the right to use the audio files for their own purpose. On the NFT world, artists have the freedom to manage the royalties in a way that is more useful for them. In this case, Illmind decided to put a royalty-free guarantee, but when you are dealing with NFTs, you can, for example, say that, okay, this NFT is going to have 10% royalty, and every time the NFT is sold in the future, the artist can automatically receive 10% in revenue of that sale, which is quite interesting. And this artist is quite well-known artist. He has produced several tracks for best-selling hip-hop artists, including Kanye West, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent. And you can actually check Illmind's tweet where he talks about the NFT that he minted. Basically, it's actually an MP4 video. It's a sample, and anyone can play it, right? Anyone can play it, but the point is that only one person owns it. And if we can come here to the Mintable website. It's one of these marketplaces for NFTs where you can mint and sell NFTs, and you can actually check Illmind's melody pack that he sold, a collection of 10 melody compositions that he sold for $6,000 as an NFT. Quite interesting, right? Another interesting point I wanted to add regarding NFTs, other than to be able to be a collectible and people can own a certain piece of music, is the added utility. Whoever buys a music NFT can have additional benefits. NFTs can have embedded utility. So whoever buys an NFT, you can buy a music NFT because you are a fan, a follower of this artist, and the artist can be selling the NFT with, like, whoever buys the NFT always also gets a ticket, or gets 1 year pass for all my concerts, or gets a backstage access to the concert, or like Mike, you know, the Linkin Park's rapper sold this NFT with the artwork, together with an animation of artwork by the contemporary artist Kane Kaiser, And he sold this artwork with his song together for 6,600 USD. So you can click. It's basically an animation with a song. So you can buy together with the song. You can get embedded utility. The artists can get creative, right? And you can sell together on that NFT not only the ownership of a limited edition of music or the ownership of a sample or something like that, but you can also add another artwork, the access, backstage access, an autographed vinyl record, or whatever you think you can add value to the purchaser of the NFT. And finally, music creators can be paid directly and have better royalty management, shifting the power from record labels to artists. So instead of only relying on record labels, an artist, a reputable, well-known artist in the market, can just create an NFT of his music and simply put it into the marketplace. And that NFT is going to record the ownership and is going to track who is the owner, who is selling to whom, giving a much better royalty management for the artist, directly for the artist. And the artist can set up, okay, I want to, every time someone sells his NFT, every time someone changes the ownership, I'm going to get 5%, 10%, 20% royalties, and the artist can manage that directly. So I think it's very still in a very early stage, very in the infancy of NFTs for the music industry. But I would love to know what you think about this. If you are in the music industry, if you are interested in music, how can artists and music creators use NFTs for their music? Do you see this as only as a collectible? Can NFTs bring added value, added utility to NFT, to the music creators and people that buy NFTs? And are NFTs going to change the way that record labels work? Let me know what you think.